Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And I'm not one to blow my own trumpet. Well, yeah, I am. I'm definitely one to blow my own trumpet because I predicted something and other people have seen it since. I said when the budget came out that level of taxation, the 45% of the new range, would affect certain types of people. I said it would be the professional grade, so you'd lose your doctors, your dentists, your headmasters. And I predicted that this would cause problems hiring, retaining, and possibly people would retire early or leave and go south of the border. Turns out, shock horror, that I was right. We'll take a look at this because it isn't just me who's saying it now. It is MPs, MSPs, people within the business, and well, basically everyone. Everyone is agreeing now that I was right. They're not agreeing that I was right. I was merely to point out first that this would happen, but they're all agreeing with my analysis. Let's have a look. Now, given that I was so right and I was so early with the prediction, I think it's definitely worthy of someone very kindly hitting the subscribe button who has yet to hit it, or checking that you have if you've previously hit it. 65% of you good regular viewers are yet to hit subscribe. It would make a massive difference to the channel if all the regulars hit subscribe. You watch the channel regularly anyway, hit the button, it strengthens the channel. We can get more truth out and it stops YouTube pushing us down because we're political. So do please hit that button, see if we can't get up there to 9,000. We're so close. We're only about 150 away from 9,000 subscribers, and it would be a wonderful thing if we could hit that quickly. So do please consider. Anyway, getting into this. The SNP tax gimmicks threaten GP staff as MSP warns Nats not to fan the flames. Now, when this budget came out, we knew that there was the threat initially, the threat of having that extra band at 75 to 125,000. And I said even before it was announced, or before it was formally announced, when it was just sort of the rumour, that if it came in, it would affect people who are the most mobile in society. Those who earn a good money, good wage, who are highly skilled, and who are motivated to reduce their tax bill. And if the motivation is that all they have to do is move a few miles south into England, then they can quite easily do that. And it doesn't have to just be a few miles. They can come way down England and open up their practices, if they're, say, dentists, elsewhere. Let me tell you, if you were a dentist in Scotland and you said, I've had enough of this taxation, and moved to, say, the East Midlands where I live, you'd be inundated. There is a shortage of dentists where I am. I have to travel maybe 20 miles. I've got a private dentist. I can't even get a private dentist near to where I live. I have to travel nearly 20 miles every time I want to see a dentist. That's how bad it is. So if anyone, say a dentist in Scotland, moved down, they'd fill their books in no time and they'd be paying less tax. Motivation? But it's the same with doctors, with headmasters, anyone, head teachers, let's not be sexist, but anyone of that level would be motivated to reduce their tax and should do so. And of course they will do. And this is what happens. This is what happens, and it's what's happening. And I predicted it. But now, so is this guy, Michael Marra, Labour MSP. So, a letter sent to the SNP's finance minister has warned against fanning the flames of the NHS crisis with a tax that will hit primary care. And it will make a big difference. Labour MSP Michael Marra has warned that the SNP's advanced tax rate, that's that 75 to 125 range where they're charging £45, will target GPs, many of whom earn more than £75,000. Already, the sector is experiencing a staffing crisis, leaving most without a registered doctor and practices struggling under the weight of demand. The BMA has warned that SNP's high tax on high earners will make Scotland a less attractive option for workers, as well as encouraging early retirement, which I mentioned, and making it likely GPs will work fewer hours. Why should you work more hours when the government will be effectively taking 70% of your money? What is the point? 70% effective taxation rate. Why put the hours in when the government are getting way more than you? They're getting over 2/3 of the money you're earning. So why bother? And it reduces productivity. It makes waiting lists grow. It makes a situation that's already bad even worse. I can see it. You can see it. The woman with the IQ of 86, she cannot see it. He said, with primary care already in crisis, this decision threatens to worsen services and put lives on the line. Undoubtedly, people will die because of this incompetence, really. He added, the disastrous SNP Green budget laid before Parliament threatens to undermine Scotland's already under pressure public services. He says, with tax hikes now proposed that will hit Scotland's GPs, we risk the very real prospect of GPs leaving the country or cutting hours to lessen the impact of new tax rises. And the BMA has sent this government a clear warning. For the good of the country, the SNP must heed this message. They must abandon this new tax rate. The budget bill has been formally introduced to Parliament and will be scrutinised in the new year. And the SNP remains committed to its proposals, stating we have been true to our values and rigorous in prioritising spending where it will have the most impact. And that we know that is complete horseshit, because they are saying that they're prioritising spending where it matters. They've raised spending in real terms in only one area: independence. Every other department has had a real terms cut. And that's what they prioritise, because that's what they think is important. Independence. Everything else, not important. Retaining GPs, not important. Investing in the NHS, not important. Glossy brochures, that's important. In his letter to Miss Robertson, Mr Maher writes, many GPs working in Scotland will be captured by this new proposed advanced tax rate of 45% on those earning 75 to 125,000. He says, across Scotland, there are significant recruitment challenges in general practice. Many constituents have contacted me as they're unable to register with a practice or see a GP when they are sick, largely due to staffing pressures. He says, I'm extremely concerned that this new tax band will worsen the current GP recruitment crisis in Scotland by driving GPs away from Scotland and discouraging GPs overseas to coming to work in Scotland. And there's also anecdotal evidence of key public sector workers, such as GPs, reducing their working hours in order to reduce their tax liabilities. Why put in the extra hours? Why put in all that extra effort and watch as the government takes 70% of your money? It's hardly enthusing you to earn, is it? Deputy First Minister, Finance Secretary and moron Shona Robertson said, as I set out in Parliament, this is a budget that reflects our shared values as a nation. Well, no, Shona, it doesn't, because most people in Scotland don't want independence. It's not a shared value. It's your values and no one else's. And until you realise that, the people of Scotland are going to suffer and they're going to die. I'm coming up. She gets nothing right because she understands nothing. Everything is too hard for that woman. Everything. They literally have to explain things to her word by word and drill it into her. She just cannot get her tiny mind around any concept. And so it's no wonder everything ends up going wrong. This is what happens when you let morons make decisions. They cannot see the consequences. You and I can. They just cannot. They lack that intellectual leap, that ability to say, if I do this, what will happen? It's just not there. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the like button. And until next time, I will speak to you later. Bye.